When my parents paid off my brother's mortgage but let me get evicted, they didn't even call to check if I was okay. At Sunday dinner, my mother looked me dead in the eye and spat, "You've always been the anchor drowning this family." My father laughed and said, "Why waste a penny on a failure?" Then he raised his glass to my brother, "To the only one worth saving." I just sat there numb, then said calmly, "Thanks for finally burying what was left," and I walked out. 2 weeks later, I made a move that took everything and that left them speechless. 2 weeks later, they begged me to forgive them. So, I guess this is my rage vent or whatever, because I honestly don't know if this is normal or if my family is just next level toxic. Angel, I'm kind of shaking even typing this out because I just came back from the worst Sunday dinner I've ever had. T-Beach, the whole thing feels like a fever dream, but I need to just dump it out somewhere. So, here's what happened. And yeah, I'm open to being told I'm the asshole, but I seriously don't think I am this time. For context, I'm the younger brother. My bro, he's a year older, so 33, has always been the golden child. Like, not even in a subtle way. He gets the new stuff, the he's just figuring things out excuses, the bailing out. I get the you should know better and why can't you be more like him on repeat since I was a kid. It's a whole thing, but I kind of just dealt with it even if it sucked. So anyway, last few months have been rough. I lost my place, got behind on rent. Shit just stacked up. I won't bore you with money problems, but it was bad. I did what I could, sold off some stuff, tried to keep up, even asked my parents for a little help, like not even a handout, just a loan, got the cold shoulder, the you need to learn responsibility speech, and then complete silence. Not even a check-in, nothing. Meanwhile, my brother apparently couldn't keep up with his mortgage payments. I only found out because he was joking about finally being debt-free when I saw him last week. And I was confused as hell. Turns out my parents just straight up paid it all off. Like wrote a check, sorted the papers, the whole thing. I heard it from him, not them. They didn't even mention it to me. Like it was just business as usual. So yeah, that's the background. And honestly, I'd been just trying to keep my head down and not make it about me. But today, I get a group text from my mom. Sunday dinner, family time, no excuses, and I didn't even want to go, but I was crashing at a friend's place and honestly just wanted a hot meal and maybe a break from feeling like a ghost. I walk in and the first thing I notice is my brother is sitting at the table scrolling on his phone laughing at some dumb meme and he just goes, "Hey, don't look so serious. Survivor's guilt isn't real, bro." Like, what even is that? I just kind of ignore him and sit down, but already I feel like I shouldn't have come. My dad's in a weirdly good mood, humming along to some 90s playlist like he's in some sitcom, and my mom's fussing with the food. Everything feels normal, but also super fake, if that makes sense. There's this weird tension, like everyone's pretending nothing's wrong, and I'm the only one who remembers I was basically left to rot. Dinner is awkward as hell. My mom keeps asking my brother about his house, like, "Oh, is the new fridge working? Did the contractor fix the leak?" And he's just eating it up, going on about new appliances and stuff like he's a real adult now. No one asks me anything. They don't even mention my eviction, which at this point feels like some unspoken family rule. Don't bring up the embarrassment. I try to change the subject, talk about a new movie or whatever. And my dad just kind of waves it off, goes back to asking my brother about his financial plans. I don't even know why I bothered. Then out of nowhere, my mom just puts her fork down, looks right at me like dead in the eye, and says, "You know, you've always been the anchor drowning this family." Just says it. No warning, no rage, just like it's a fact she's been holding in for years, and I'm supposed to just accept it. I just kind of sit there. My brother laughs like it's a punchline. And my dad starts clapping, not even kidding. Actual slow clap, and goes, "Why waste a penny on a failure?" Then he raises his glass to my brother. He's drinking. Big shock, and says, "To the only one worth saving." The room just goes completely silent after that. I'm not even mad at first. I'm just I don't know hollow. I look at my brother waiting for him to maybe say something, but he just smirks and takes a drink like he's in on some private joke. So, I stand up and my chair scrapes so loud the dog in the other room starts barking. I just say, "Thanks for finally burying what was left." And I head for the door. My mom says, "Don't you dare make this about you." And I'm already halfway down the hall. My dad yells after me, "Go ahead and run. You always do." And my brother mutters, "Classic." Under his breath, I grab my jacket and slam the door so hard a picture falls off the wall. I hear my dad swear. My mom says something about he's always been dramatic. I just keep walking. I get to my car, sit there for a second, and I don't even know what to do. My phone's buzzing, group chat blowing up, but I just mute it and stare at the steering wheel. I drive off and don't look back. No one follows me. No one calls. Not really. They just go back to dinner, I guess. Feels like I could disappear and they just keep going. So yeah, that's the whole night. I'm not even sad. Just done. Like actually done. I don't care if they think I'm the anchor. I'm not going down with their ship. And if you think I'm just going to let them get away with it, nah, this was the last straw. I'm done being the joke in their family group chat. They have no idea what's coming. Anyway, needed to get this out. I'll update if anyone cares, but I think it's finally time to do something for me. Not for them. Update 1. Alright, so I didn't think I'd be back on here this fast, but honestly, just sitting around stewing in it wasn't working. The last post blew up way more than I thought it would. Shout out to the people who said to go nuclear. Father, y'all get it. I didn't reply to everyone, but I read most of the comments and NGL. It was like having an army behind me for once. I'm still pissed, but I'm not as alone as I felt in that damn driveway. So yeah, thanks for that. So after that dinner, I crash at my friend's place again. He's cool. Doesn't say much. Just hands me the Wi-Fi and keeps the fridge stocked with frozen pizza. He doesn't push, which is good because I was just empty. I watch TikTok, scroll through group chats, keep muting the one with my family. They send a few texts, nothing much, then radio silence like they're hoping I'll feel bad and crawl back. Not happening this time. The weird thing is my brother starts posting all these thirst trap gym selfies on his Insta story like he's living the dream. Tagging himself at home, making a big deal out of his independence. It's so obviously for my parents. I just laugh because dude's house isn't even really his. He's got zero clue how to pay a bill. I guess that's why they treat him like gold. He lets them play hero and I just make them feel old anyway. A couple days after dinner, I'm sitting at my friend's kitchen counter eating cold cereal and staring at my phone. My mom texts me out of nowhere. "Are you coming by to apologize?" Like she honestly thinks I'm the one who messed up. I leave her on read. She waits a few hours, sends another. "Your father is still upset." I ignore that too. Next day, I'm scrolling through old emails trying to find some paperwork for an address change, and I stumble on this random message from Grandpa's lawyer. It's old, like a year ago, and I almost delete it, but it says something about the house title. I remember Grandpa always telling me, "Don't let them trick you out of what's yours." And I always thought he was just being dramatic because he didn't get along with my dad. But this time I read every line. Turns out the house my parents live in. Yeah, the one they've had for over 2 decades was still in my grandpa's name. He never transferred title to them. And the lawyer's email says, "As per your grandfather's wishes, the property was assigned to you." I literally sit there, spoon halfway to my mouth, just blinking at the screen. I dig out the envelope from my backpack. I keep all my important stuff together so I don't lose it moving around so much. And find the paperwork. It's real, notarized and everything. I own the house, not my parents, not my brother. I call the lawyer, mostly to check if this isn't some typo or prank. She's super chill, walks me through the docs again, says if I want to take possession, I have every right. She even offers to start the process for me. I hang up and just sit there thinking, is this too much? Am I really about to do this? But then I remember dinner, the way my mom looked at me, the way my dad laughed. I think about sleeping on my friend's couch while my brother gets a debt-free house, and my parents act like I'm the family embarrassment. And honestly, I don't even hesitate. I tell the lawyer to handle it. She tells me what to send. I get it done. It's not instant. Nothing is TBH, but it's official. She says I have to give them legal notice to vacate. 3 days minimum, just like they gave me when I got evicted. I still have the text from my dad. Your time is up. Sort yourself out. I almost start laughing at the irony. That week, My parents still don't reach out for real. My brother posts another story about his new TV. Flexing for nobody. I'm in the background getting everything lined up. Change of ownership, locks, the works. I get a moving truck reserved. I talk to the lawyer again. She says the paperwork's airtight. I'm not breaking any laws. I'm not stealing. It was literally handed to me by the one relative who actually saw me. I keep thinking if they just treated me like family, I wouldn't even have thought about this. But they made their choice the day I finally go over. I show up with the letter in a plain folder. I ring the bell and my mom opens up like nothing's wrong. Just says, "Oh, so you've decided to come back?" My dad is in his chair with his phone, doesn't look up. My brother is there too, drinking a protein shake in the kitchen, smirking like always. I hand my mom the letter and tell her it's a legal notice. They have 72 hours to leave. She doesn't even read it at first, just laughs and says, "Stop being ridiculous." She hands it to my dad, who finally looks up and his face goes red. He tells me, "You can't do this. You're bluffing." And he stands up so fast his chair scrapes into the wall. My brother comes over, gets all up in my face, tells me if I try anything, he'll make sure I regret it. I just give him the same look my mom gave me at dinner and say, "Check the paperwork. It's not your house. It's not even theirs." My mom tries to grab my arm. Says I'm being cruel, says Grandpa wouldn't want this. I pull away and she slaps me right in the face. Not even hard, just enough to make her point. I don't flinch. I just tell her. 72 hours. My dad starts yelling, calls me ungrateful, says he'll call everyone he knows. I say, "Go ahead. I'm not scared of you anymore." I leave, slam the door and walk to my car. My brother follows me, tries to shove me in the driveway, but I just stand my ground. We're the same size, but he expects me to back down and I don't. He calls me pathetic, says I'm ruining everything. I tell him, "You ruined it first and get in my car." He stands there just staring. While I drive off, the next couple days are weirdly quiet. My phone blows up with texts from my mom. "You're not thinking straight. You're hurting the family." And my dad, "You're dead to me," but I don't answer. My brother tries calling, then starts texting threats, then switches to begging. I save every message just in case I get the locks changed. I schedule the moving truck. The neighbors start to notice because there's a for sale sign out front. My parents still think I'm bluffing. I know they do because my aunt calls me and tries to guilt trip me. She says, "Your mom is heartbroken. Your dad can't sleep. Your brother's devastated." I tell her I'm not changing my mind. She hangs up. I guess word is getting around. And I drive by the house at night and all the lights are on. I can see my dad pacing in the living room, my mom at the window. They look so small, honestly. But I don't feel bad. I just feel done. Tomorrow's the last day. I'm not sure what they'll do, but I'm not backing down. I'm not the anchor anymore. I'm just the guy holding the deed. I'll update again after it's done. I want to say I'm nervous, but honestly, I'm just ready. They wanted to treat me like I didn't matter. Now they're going to find out what that actually feels like. Update 2. So yeah, this is it. Moving day. I wake up way earlier than I needed to. Can't even finish my coffee because my phone keeps buzzing. My mom is texting me these little guilt bombs like she's trying to change the subject, asking if I want old baby photos, if I'm still mad, if I'm really coming over with the truck. Then my dad chimes in, tells me if I show up, he's calling the cops. Says he talked to some people and they'll make sure I regret it. I just mute everything and check my bag for the paperwork again. It's all there, every signature, every page with my name. All legal driving over is weird. I'm shaking, but not because I'm scared, just because I know this is the line. I keep thinking maybe I'm going to get there and they'll have packed. Maybe they'll just be gone and it'll be quiet. No chance. When I pull up, the driveway is full. My brother's car, my parents, even my aunt parked out front like she's backup. I almost laugh because it's so classic, like they called in reinforcements for a family drama. I get out and my brother's already on the porch, arms folded, trying to look tough. He doesn't even say anything at first, just stares. I walk up, hand him the cease and desist. Lawyer's advice since he's not on the deed and keeps threatening to handle things his way. He rips it up and tosses it at my feet. Says I'm a joke. Says I'm just trying to ruin the family because I never fit in. I tell him to get off the property or I'll call security. He tries to get in my face, but I don't flinch. And my dad steps between us yelling about how I'm not man enough to do this. My mom is behind the screen door crying loud enough for the neighbors to hear. She keeps saying I'm punishing her for loving my brother, that I'm throwing away family over a little mistake. My aunt is telling her to calm down, but she's not helping. Just fanning the drama. I hear my dad slam the door hard enough it rattles. Then he comes out, shirt half tucked, face red, and says if I don't get off his lawn, he'll drag me out. I just show him the title again, hold it up right in his face, and say, "It's not your lawn. Not anymore." The moving truck pulls up a minute later and the looks on their faces are wild. My brother actually shoves the driver, tries to block the way, but the guy just shrugs and waits for me to give the go-ahead. My dad tries to slam the front door again, but I'm already at the lock with the new key. I open it, step inside, and tell everyone they have until the end of the day to get their stuff out. My mom starts going through the kitchen drawers, grabbing random things, crying about how I'm breaking her heart, but I just keep repeating. 72 hours. I gave you the same time you gave me. My brother actually tries to grab my arm and I push him off. Not hard, just enough to make him stumble. He starts yelling about how he pays more bills here than I ever did. How I don't know what it takes to keep a house running. And I almost laugh because all he ever did was brag about what my parents did for him. My dad tries to get up in my face, but I just look him dead in the eye and he backs off, muttering about how grandpa always hated him, how this was probably his last shot at a real home. Then the neighbors start coming out pretending to check their mail or walk the dog, but it's obvious they're just watching the meltdown. My mom is waving her arms, yelling about how I'm destroying the family, how I'll regret it, but nobody's stopping me. The movers are just going about their business, boxing up furniture, putting it all out on the lawn. My aunt finally steps in, tells my mom to stop embarrassing herself, says she warned them this could happen if they kept pushing me out. It gets ugly for a minute. My dad throws his coffee mug at the wall, shouts that I'll never be welcome in this family again, which is honestly hilarious at this point. My brother tries to start a fight, shoves me into the door frame, but I don't swing back. I just tell him if he lays another finger on me, I'll press charges. He stops, breathes heavy, then storms outside, kicking the porch railing so hard it cracks the whole time. I'm just walking from room to room, making sure nothing gets left behind. My mom keeps following me, sobbing, asking if I remember when she used to tuck me in, if I remember birthdays, holidays. I tell her I remember everything. That's why I'm doing this. She slaps my shoulder, not even hard. Just a desperate move like she's hoping I'll snap out of it. I just keep moving by the time the truck is loaded. The front lawn is a mess. Furniture, boxes, my brother's old gaming chair, half their kitchen in random bags. The neighbors are all still watching, pretending to water their grass or walk the dog again, but nobody says a word. My dad is pacing in the yard, yelling into his phone, probably calling people to beg for a place to stay. My mom is sitting on the steps, head in her hands, crying so hard she's shaking. I hand my brother the last box of his stuff. Tell him, "You're trespassing if you come back after today." He just looks at me, jaw clenched, like he wants to say something, but he doesn't. My dad starts yelling again. Says, "This isn't over." Says, "I'll pay for what I did." I just tell him, "You made your choices. I'm just finally making mine." When the movers are gone, I lock the door, close the curtains, and just stand there for a second. There's no victory song, no slow clap, just the sound of my dad cursing outside and my mom's crying, getting quieter. I'm not even happy. I'm just done. I drive off and see my brother sitting on the curb, head in his hands while my dad picks up a chair and throws it out into the street. My mom is just sitting on the lawn not moving. Like she's waiting for someone to come save her. I don't feel bad, not even a little. They did this to me first over and over, and now they finally know what it feels like to lose everything because someone else decided they weren't worth saving. I'll update once the dust settles. But yeah, this is what happens when you treat family like they're disposable. Final update. So, I really thought after the movers left and I locked the door, it would just I don't know, end. Like, I knew there'd be fallout, but not like this. The last few days have been a total circus, and I'm honestly just watching it all play out like it's a show I never wanted tickets to. The first weird thing is how quiet it gets right after. Like, I'm standing in the empty house, not a single sound, except the old fridge humming, and I kind of expect to feel something big, but there's just nothing. I'm scrolling my phone, checking missed calls. Not even exaggerating. There's like 30 notifications, mostly from my mom, a couple from my aunt, even one from a number I don't know. Maybe my brother using someone else's phone. I clear them all. Put the phone face down. Not in the mood for any of it. I stay at a friend's for a bit after that. Not sleeping great because my phone's vibrating pretty much every hour. The voicemails start out angry. My dad says stuff like, "You're a disgrace. You'll regret this. You're going to pay." Then by the second day, it's more desperate. My mom is leaving these long, shaky messages, her voice all over the place, begging me to just call back. Says they have nowhere to go, that I'm tearing the family apart. At one point, she says they're sleeping in the car in the driveway, and my dad is threatening to break the door down. I mute her number and block my dad for a bit, but then I get worried they'll actually do something dumb, so I unblock just to see what's happening. One morning, I drive by the old house just to check if they're still there. Not even sure why. Maybe just to see if they actually left. I pull up and the sight is honestly wild. My dad's shirtless on the lawn, dragging chairs and boxes, yelling into his phone like he's trying to get someone to come save him. Mom is sitting right on the grass, head down, and my brother's pacing, just on his phone, not even helping. The neighbors are out pretending not to stare, but everyone's totally watching. I see my dad pick up a bookshelf and just hurl it into the street, then start cussing at the movers, at me, at pretty much the whole universe. My mom tries to grab his arm and he pushes her off. Not hard, but enough that she stumbles and just collapses right there, sobbing. No one goes over to help. The calls just keep coming. Every 5 minutes, some new number, some new message. "Please, please, we need you. Please just pick up. We'll do anything." My mom's voice is totally wrecked. My dad sounds like he's losing it. My brother at some point just says, "Can we talk? Can we fix this?" But I know what that really means. He wants me to bail them out again. My aunt gets involved. Says I'm ruining my mom. Says I'm being cruel. I tell her they made their choices and she hangs up. I get a text from an old family friend who says they're concerned about my parents. Tries to guilt me into letting them back in. I just leave it on read. I'm not getting sucked into the family drama spiral. Meanwhile, my brother tries to sneak back into the house even after the cease and desist. I get a notification from the security system, so I drive over and catch him trying to jimmy the back door. He acts like he just forgot something, but I tell him straight up. Next time I'm calling security for real. He tells me I'm going too far, that I'm being petty, but I shut the door in his face. He kicks the fence on his way out and screams at the top of his lungs, but I just let him have his meltdown. The thing that gets me is how fast things turned. Like, they all just expected I'd back down or feel bad and let them stay. Even now, my mom is still leaving these long messages. Like, if she just says the right thing, I'll let them back in. My dad's tone is all over the place. 1 minute angry, the next begging. Then he's back to threatening to sue me or get the neighbors involved. No one's taking responsibility. It's all just blame, blame, blame. And I'm supposed to just fold like always. I start getting letters, actual real mail from some family lawyer my parents hired. Nothing threatening, just the usual, "Please reconsider. Let's work this out" stuff. I call my own lawyer. Honestly wild that I even have one now. And she says I'm good. Just keep records. Don't engage, so I don't. The fallout is spreading. Apparently, my parents are crashing with my aunt for now, but it's not going well. My aunt texts me complaining about how my dad's yelling at everyone. My mom won't stop crying. My brother's stomping around like he owns the place. She asks if there's any way I can just forgive and forget for the sake of the family. I tell her, they made it clear who mattered to them, and now they can live with it. I know people are going to say I'm being harsh, but honestly, I don't feel bad. This isn't some movie where everyone hugs at the end. They burn their bridge, not me. My parents always made it obvious why they treated me like this. My brother was the one who made them look good. The one who did things right, even when he couldn't pay his own bills. Me, I was just the backup plan, the reason they got to play victim to their friends. I was never the favorite, just the excuse. So now my phone's still blowing up. Sometimes I listen to the voicemails just to make sure nothing's actually dangerous, but mostly I just delete them. I changed the locks, set up cameras, and told the lawyer to handle any new letters. Their stuff is still sitting on the curb, slowly getting picked through by neighbors and random people. My dad's out there every other day trying to guard it, yelling at anyone who gets close, but eventually it'll all be gone. The craziest thing, for the first time in years, I feel like I can actually breathe. No one's looking over my shoulder. No one's telling me I'm the problem. No one's making me the bad guy just for existing. I'm not the anchor anymore. They wanted me out of the picture and now they finally got what they wanted. They just didn't think it would ever cost them anything. I don't know what's next, honestly. I'm not expecting some big emotional payoff. Maybe I'll fix up the house. Maybe I'll sell it. What I do know is I'm done playing by their rules. They can keep calling, keep yelling, keep crying. I'm not picking up. So yeah, that's it. That's how it ends for now. Anyway, if they ever actually apologize, maybe I'll listen. But I'm not holding my breath. For once, I get to decide what happens next.